Ever watch like a movie trailer and you're like, get to the good part already?
Totally.
What if AI could do that? And not just for like movies, but for anything you could think of.
Oh, yeah.
That's what Oryx is supposed to be able to do. It's a new AI model, and people are going kind of crazy for it.
Yeah.
So we're doing a deep dive into the research today to really figure out what makes Oryx so special.
I'm
Me
excited.
too. I think you're going to love this one.
Yeah.
And I'm so glad you're here to break it all down for us. What about Oryx has you so excited?
You know, what's really cool here is we're moving past AI that just reads text and spits it back out. Oryx can actually understand images, videos. That's what makes it a multimodal large language model, MLLM for short.
MLLMs, it sounds kind of complicated.
It's a mouthful for sure.
Can you break it down for me? What makes an MLLM different from, say, the AI that's powering, your typical chatbot?
Okay, so imagine trying to describe a delicious meal using only words. You could talk about the ingredients, maybe how it smells, even the texture.
Sure.
But to really understand it, to get it, you need to see it.
Right, you want the full picture.
Exactly. Traditional AI, it's kind of like reading a menu. MLLMs are like watching the Food Network. You get the full sensory experience.
Okay, that's a great analogy. I'm starting to get the picture. So our brains, they take in information from all our senses. MLLMs, they're designed to work kind of like they handle both text and visual data.
Yeah, exactly. And that visual information, that's actually been the tricky part for AI.
Well, yeah. Images and videos, they're all different shapes and sizes, resolutions, lengths. It's a lot to process.
It's true. Traditional MLLMs, they haven't been so good at dealing with all that variety. They've been trying to force all images into one format, and it just doesn't work.
So they lose a lot of important details that way.
Exactly. And that means their understanding is limited.
So how does Oryx deal with this? What makes it different?
This is where it gets really cool. Two big things. OryxViT and dynamic compression. Let's start with OryxViT. Imagine trying to appreciate the Mona Lisa on a postage stamp.
Yeah, you wouldn't get much out of that.
You wouldn't even see her smile. That's what it's like for these old MLLMs trying to understand a huge high-def image squished down. But OryxViT, it processes images at their full resolution. It can see every detail.
Oh, wow. So no more cramming a giant image into a tiny box.
Exactly.
That's got to be why it's getting such amazing results.
Right. And that brings us to dynamic compression. Think about how you'd summarize a short video clip versus like a whole movie.
Yeah.
Your approach would be different, right?
For sure. For a movie, you'd probably focus on the main plot points.
Right, the key scenes. And for a short clip, you might point out smaller details. That's what Oryx dynamic compression does. It adjusts to the length of the video so it knows when to zoom in and when to pull back.
That's so smart. It's like it understands what's important to focus on.
It's all about efficiency without losing that accuracy.
Okay, so OryxVT and dynamic compression, I get how those could really change how AI works with visual stuff.
Yeah.
But what does that mean practically? What can Oryx actually do?
One of the coolest things is how it analyzes things, breaks them down. Like the researchers had it watch a Wimbledon match.
Wait, really? The AI was watching tennis.
Yeah. And it could follow everything. It knew who the players were, even summarize the whole match.
No way. So it wasn't just seeing a tennis court. It understood what was happening.
Exactly. It even picked out the important plays, strategic stuff.
Wow. Like having a super fan AI watching with you.
And it goes beyond just saying what it sees. Oryx can answer questions about the match, like in real time.
What do you mean?
Like it could predict which player is going to approach the net based on what's already happened, their style.
So it's analyzing the game as it goes? That's nuts.
Right. But it's not all about sports. Remember how we were talking about MLLMs learning from videos?
Oh, yeah.
Oryx takes that even further.
Okay, now I'm really curious. How so?
They showed it a tutorial video, how to cite research papers, that kind of thing. Oryx was able to learn the steps and actually use them later.
Hold on. So if I needed a refresher on, I don't know, anything, I could just show Oryx a YouTube video.
Exactly. That's the idea.
Yeah.
It could be huge for like education or even just figuring things out in daily life.
Wow, no more struggling through those clunky instruction manuals. This is amazing. But what about 3D environments? We were talking about that earlier, weren't we?
Yeah. And that's another thing Oryx is starting to crack.
What have they done with that?
Well, the research talked about how they used Oryx to basically map out a 3D space. And then, get this, it could guide someone through that space.
Wait, it was like a virtual guide.
Kinda. But the crazy thing is, it understood the space like we do, spatially.
So are we talking self-driving cars now? Ones that can actually understand the world around them?
You got it. And that's just one example. Robotics, anything that needs to move through a space, this could be huge for that.
So we've gone from watching tennis to, like, self-driving cars.
Mm.
It's kind of hard to wrap my head around. This AI really could change everything, huh?
It really could, and we've only scratched the surface with the applications. Like, imagine an architect using Oryx. They could actually see a building in 3D, walk through it before they even build it.
Whoa. Or what about, like, a surgeon? Could they use it to practice?
Exactly. Plan out complex surgeries, that kind of thing.
This could change everything. Medicine, transportation, even art, probably. It's crazy to think about.
And the best part, this is still so early. Oryx is just getting started.
Are you serious? It's already doing all this, and it's not even finished. What are they working on now?
Well, they want to make it more adaptable, you know? Right now, it's amazing at specific things, like summarize this match, understand this 3D space.
Right.
But imagine if it could do it all. Transition between tasks, learn new things as it goes.
Oh, wow. So instead of, like, a different AI for every single thing, we have one that could just, I don't know, handle it all.
That's the dream. Think of it like a super-powered AI assistant. Wow. Not just booking flights and telling you where to drive, but actually understanding the world around you, learning your preferences. The possibilities are, like, endless.
This has been incredible. I always learn so much from you, I swear. We've covered so much ground, from MLLMs in general to all this amazing stuff Oryx is already doing. It's like peeking into the future.
It's been fun, as always.
And to everyone listening, we hope this deep dive has you thinking about the future of AI, too. It's not science fiction anymore. Like Oryx shows us, AI is starting to understand the world like we do, and that's pretty amazing. That's all for today's deep dive, everyone. Thanks for listening, and we'll catch you next time.